From time to time, we have to trot out the skull and fill it up with the receipts of customers who must live in some hellscape in their own private Idaho. I don't know. They are the receipts of drinks actually ordered by actual humans, modifications, creations of their own demise, not design. So let's get right into it and make some of these drinks from customers who are almost certainly wrong. I pull these out quite randomly, and let's see here. This is at table 12. Oh, they want a French 75 subbing High Life. Get rid of the champagne, make it with High Life, Miller High Life. Is that the champagne? Yes, well that makes sense. It's the champagne of beers. Look at that little cutie. It's just a 7-ouncer, but that'll be fine for my purposes. That's actually all they had at my liquor store. I couldn't find full-size bottles of Miller High Life. I guess they figured, man, if you're drinking Miller High Life, we should slow you down, you know? So things are not going well in your life. We gotta pump the brakes on this plan. French 75 is basically a Tom Collins where you get rid of the soda water, throw in champagne. Instead, it's named for the French 75mm piece of artillery that was so instrumental in World War I. Packs a wallop. That's the whole idea. Ba-doom, ba-boom. Knocks you on your ass. And in fact, they do. Also, I find that they are like headache triggers. I feel like shit every time I drink these. But with Miller High Life, it might be a whole other scenario. So to make one of these, we need a knife. We're gonna slice our lemon. You can make these as sweet or as dry as you like. You gotta have some simple in there, usually just to balance it. I'm gonna go with like 3/4 of an ounce. You know, sometimes I go half an ounce, sometimes you go a little more, a little less. 2 ounces of London dry gin from my big old jug, pouring it like it's a moonshine. There you go. Get some ice cubes. Give this one the old smashery dashery do. Give that a shaky achy. You could either do it in a Collins glass or in a coupe. I'm going with a coupe today. Actually, this is my favorite coupe I think I've ever seen. This is a Whiskey glass. Whiskey reached out a while back, asked if they could sponsor the show. I really like their glassware, so of course they can. If you want to pick up this glassware, you can use the link in the pinned comment below or up here in the corner. Use code HowToDrink15 at checkout. You're going to get 15% off. They make beautiful things, and if you're making cocktails, you must have beautiful things. So here we go. Pour this in. Top that with our delicious Miller High Life on the screw top. Ooh, yeah. There it is, that champagne of beers. I'm gonna try and pull a peel from this. I don't think that's gonna work out so good for me. Yeah, we're gonna manage. Not easy to pull a twist off of a cut piece of fruit. Looks all right. Give that a little squeezy. Oh yeah, that's all we needed anyway. And there we have our French 75, but with Miller High Life. Let's see how it is. I expect this to basically be ho-hum. Not good or bad, just Oh, that's weird. Oh, my instinct to cut the sugar back from the normal, well-deserved. We should have gone much lower. As with the Miller, which is just malty and kind of sweet, you know, domestic beers taste like a loaf of bread to me. Really weird maltiness. It's fighting the gin. I mean, there's a little argument going on in there. The gin wants to be bright and tart, lemony, you know, it wants all of those things, and the beer wants to lie down on the couch and watch WWE and eat potato chips out of its belly button. They hate each other, this drink, my God. It sinks into a deep depression, just a morass of self-pity. It just goes down into that well and stays there. It's god-awful. Pox upon the house of whomever ordered this drink. A pox, I say. Woo! I see we're off to a good start. I'm gonna keep it around though, because as bad as it is wet and I'm thirsty. Okay, here we go again with another nightmare drink. This is from table 25. They would like, Baileys and soda. Nothing I love more than a cold, refreshing Baileys and soda. Let's do it. You do that on the rocks? I don't know, I think you do. I think Baileys and soda goes on the rocks. I don't know why I felt the need to crack that ice, but I did. I think when you're mixing Baileys and soda, we don't need to measure. I think you can just pour. What do you think, it's like 50-50? Soda being slightly acidic, I think we might get some coagulation happening. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It looks like a kind of an egg cream, like a nice and frothy, creamy drink, which can be nice, actually. Baileys and soda. I'm not gonna lie, it's nothing I would want on a regular basis, but man, it is like an egg cream, and I don't hate it at all. An egg cream, a chocolate egg cream. It's a New York classic. It's a staple of the soda counter in New York City. Fox's You Bet chocolate syrup, milk, and seltzer stirred in a very particular way. If you wanted a shortcut to a very lightly alcoholic egg cream, this is actually, you could do a lot worse. I expect that to be ghastly. Yeah, surprises, always fun. I think they're still wrong. I don't think you should order this. You should drink this secretly in the privacy of your own home where people cannot see what you're up to, you know? I don't mind what you get up to in your own house, but keep it out of the bars. Keep in mind, I have drank some truly horrific shit on this show, so fine for me may be different than fine for you. I don't know, can I do some of that now? The Baileys and soda? Could I make it more? What the fuck, man? Let's do it. I don't know, I'm curious. I gotta, hold on now. This might be, let's try something very insane. Yeah, this is a fine glass for that, sure. I think we stick with the on the rocks. We're just gonna build this. A little cracked ice in here. I think I want 1 ounce of Mr. Black coffee liqueur. 1 ounce of bourbon? Yeah, I think that you kind of only want 1 ounce of bourbon. We just want the bourbon in there to kind of kick in some other notes, so it's not just brutally sweet. 1 ounce of Baileys, our Seltzer. I'm gonna just give that a stir. All right, there we go. I don't know why, but it's curdled. So that's weird. I didn't expect that. I don't know. I think I had a bad idea. I think maybe it needs more Baileys. Let's just see here, because it was like pretty okay before. Maybe there's no improving on it. The Baileys and soda, it's a perfect drink. It can't be improved. It cannot be. Yeah, go 1.5 ounces on the Baileys. If for some reason you're the kind of person who wants to, a real masochist, and you want to try it that way, go 1.5 ounces on the Baileys. It helps it a little bit. Well, let's pull the next receipt. I don't know. I'm not going to keep workshopping it. All right, let's see here. What do we got? Negroni, no vermouth, and Baileys. What the fuck is up with the Baileys today? We got a lot of Baileys going on. A Negroni, no vermouth, add Baileys. Why? That's a deranged fucking drink. 1 ounce of Campari. This one, expectations, very bad. Fully cursed, that's my expectation. 1 ounce of London Dry Gin. All right, gin and Campari, we're on our way. This is pretty good. Oh no, why would you do this to a perfectly fine drink? You're just gonna add Baileys to it. What a brilliant masochistic idea. Oh wow, that's genuinely kind of cool looking. If only I didn't know what it was. All right, we'll give the old Bailoni, the Baroni. I like the Baroni, named after the antagonist in Johnny Dangerously. You fargen iceholes! I am a fucking gonna kill you. They deported him to Sweden or Iceland, one of those Nordic countries. He's not from there, but that's where they deported him to. Drink has taken on a light pink. And we garnish, of course, with a twist of orange on a Negroni. Wow, look at that. That was beautiful. I'll put a little slice there and sit that on the corner of my glass. You know, if you're going to have a Baileys Negroni, you may as well make it look nice. There we are, Baileys Negroni. Oh, I will toast this with the Clash Classic Straight to Hell, boys. Oh, man. Oh, it gets worse. The old Count Negroni could not have accounted for the inventiveness of this customer. That is bad. Bitter and creamy are two things that should not go. You don't want a bitter cream. They shouldn't go in a sentence together. You don't want bitter cream. That is something else. And it's yuck. It like clings to your tonsils in the back of your throat. It's just like made of congestion. It's bitter, it's congesting and creamy. This is what I imagine drinking a smoker's phlegm to be like. Some version of this might be a worse smoker's cough than the drink we all know and love. Man, that is terrible. It's awful. Format of the show at this point says I've got to go back in for a second taste just so that I can elaborate. And I don't wanna, but it's my job. It actually doesn't start out that bad because it's like sweet, creamy, and orange, which isn't terrible. And then it's bitter, and it holds on. Oh, the way it just like glues up your mouth with bitterness. So bitter and glue-like. Oh man. And then it just like, I don't know what that flavor is at the end. Oh, like, tastes like purple, but I think it's actually cherry. Man, that's bad. Away with you. I love coffee. It is an important part of my life and a part of my daily rituals. That's why I'm so happy that Trade is the sponsor of this episode, because Trade is super cool. They help me discover new coffees all the time because they've got over 55 awesome roasters making all kinds of coffee, and they ship it straight to your front door within 48 hours of roasting. As much as I love coffee, I find that picking new beans to try can be really overwhelming. Well, Trade's got a matching process that is based on my preferences, so I get all these fun surprises in the mail. And I love surprises. I find something enjoyable about every roast I get. Like this, Irving Farm New York coffee. Oh my God, this was my local coffee roaster when I lived in New York. This is gonna be like a little taste of home. This one is a Columbia Montserrat. It's saying dark chocolate, walnut, and raisin, produced by Montserrat Growers Association. Let's have this little taste, this little sip down memory lane. Ooh, that's a darker roast. Killer. Oh, I do get the walnut. There it is. It comes in a little late. I don't know if I would have called that walnut until I was primed for it, but yeah, I like that. Dark chocolate and walnut, definitely catching that. That's cool. That's fun. So here's the thing. If you love coffee and you want more of it, you should hit the link in the pinned comment or up here in the corner. You're gonna get a free bag of coffee with any subscription level you go with. So thank you to Trade for sponsoring this episode. And now I'm gonna send you back to the show while I enjoy this deep, satisfying, rich Colombian roast from my old coffee alma mater, Irving Farm. This. Ah, good times here on How to Drink. What does the skull have in store for me next? Okay, table 94. 7 people at this table. I don't know if they're calling this drink a devil's purse. 2 parts Malibu, 1 part milk. Oh, what the heck? Let's stir this drink. So 2 ounces of Malibu. I want 1 ounce of milk. Nothing like refreshing glass of ice cold Malibu and milk. I'm not gonna, but I assume that this drink should be garnished with olives like a very dry martini or dirty martini. Meredith pulls these receipts together for me. And I guess she found a lot of stuff with heavy cream, Malibu. You know, it's a lot of dairy in this episode. She's really trying to make me puke. Thanks, Mer. Thank you. Malibu and milk, Malibu and milk. The boys were drinking their Malibu and milk. Forget what's in an angel's tit, which is a cocktail from like the 1800s. And by the way, people have tried to revise that to an angel's hip. Makes no fucking sense. The drink is an angel's tit. It looks like a boob. Like visually, you're supposed to display it like it's a tit. I feel like this is weirdly similar because like it's a cream. Anyway, here we go. Malibu and milk. We'll call this one M&M. Yeah, actually, that's not so bad. Honestly. It's fine. I mean, I wish I had a little more poof, a little more proof in it, a little more alcohol. But like, you know what that tastes like? An Almond Joy, you know? Tastes like an Almond Joy, something like that. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I wonder if I could spruce it up with like drop. Plantations, Stig and Fancy pineapple rum. Here we go. I don't know how much I can fit in there, but let's go for 1.5 ounces. Malibu milk and pineapple rum. You're losing the Malibu. Oh, it's a nice finish. It's not bad. That's pretty good. There's something there. You can make a cocktail out of that. What would you do? Lime? No. Yeah, why not? No, because of the milk. Maybe we should shake something up here. Hang on! Let's see if this customer was on to something. I kind of love that. I love the idea that somebody was just ordering something to basically fuck with their friends. Because I'm sure that's what half of these are. And they stumbled into an idea that's like not without merit. So it was 2 parts Malibu. We'll just start with where they were at. 1 part milk. I'm gonna go with 1.5 parts pineapple rum. 1/2 ounce of lime juice, which, you know, at these ratios, I'm not sure it's gonna curdle that milk. Okay. Actually smells pretty good. 2 dashes of Angostura bitters, as you often have in a tiki drink, because I think that's where we're headed here. A couple of mint leaves, what the hell? Let's put some ice on that and shake it up. Should you muddle your mint? Not if you're shaking, it's not necessary. I was gonna do like an open pour and then gate the big cube, but I think we're gonna put this on a fresh cube. And a pour, and let's see how it is. I don't know what to call it. An M&M, like I said. Not a bad smell. And to whatever extent the lime was curdling the milk, not an issue once you shake it. Actually, it just looks good. Ooh, that's a winner. What a weird fucking drink, but damn, that's pretty good. Pretty color too. It's got this like pink from the Angostura. Oh shit. Lime and Angostura, they go together so well, and that's where it opens. And then that gives way to our pineapple, which is great. We love pineapple, lime, and Angostura. It's delicious. And then that gives way to this like creamy coconut flavor. That's good. That's a good drink. What a lingering evolution too. It does get to a really extreme Malibu tanning butter kind of coconut, but like it's an extreme flavor in a very small quantity. It's actually kind of nice. I genuinely like this drink. I think this is pretty good. I don't know how you're gonna feel the next morning if you drink a couple of these, but I actually think this is a good drink. It's got such an evolution that goes to so many different places with the mint and the lime and the coconut and the pineapple. I can imagine ways that it might be better, really insane, but I think a bar spoon of Fernet would add another dimension to this. I'm gonna try it. I don't think it's necessary, but let's just see. It's a very different drink. The Fernet kind of overpowers it. It's not bad at all, but you lose a lot of the details. You lose all of the individual flavors and evolution. You still get like a Christmas spice Angostura Malibu thing at the end, actually. I think maybe like if you had a dasher bottle with Fernet, which is actually, now that I'm saying that out loud, not a crazy idea to keep a dasher or Fernet around. It's a totally different drink. Not bad, very drinkable. Having had the no Fernet version, I'm more intrigued by that. Table 94 with 7 guests, served by Silas B. You were onto something here, and I bet you didn't even know it. Thank you, Silas B, for restoring my faith in the weirdest parts of humanity. All right, what's up next on this parade of horrors? Oh, it's our last drink. Okay. Oh, wow. This is damn near unreadable. Table 42. They would like a Campari half and half on the rocks. Oh, that's weird. I think we know exactly how this is gonna go from today's experiences so far. Half and half in Campari? Who would ever imagine such a thing? Who knows where this goes? Doesn't that look good? I didn't realize this. We're right back to our Negroni with milk, except that we've ditched the gin. So this will be probably much worse. Weirdly different. I could not have imagined that. There's a very, very strong peanuts flavor. Extremely strong. Wait, am I crazy? I'm not crazy at all. That tastes like fucking peanuts. Really strong. That's insane. That's like one of those weird drinks where if you put this and this together, like creme de cacao and orange juice, you're gonna get something exactly like a Tootsie Roll. This tastes so exactly like peanuts that I'm blown away. And then, yes, it turns into bitter Campari, which tastes like Campari. I know there's a lot of orange in Campari, but Campari tastes like Campari. I can't get over how much that tastes like peanuts. Wow. Is there a drink there? What would you do with peanuts? You have the magic of creating peanuts that slips into bitterness. Well, peanuts being a common tasting note in whiskeys and bourbons in particular, I wonder if there's something there. Bourbon, Campari, half and half. Do we need another note? Well, you know, no, this is a mistake. So a lot of people ask me, what if you added this to that drink? And it's like the same flavor that's already in the drink. That doesn't help because usually that just disappears what's already happening in the drink. What you want is contrast, but the right kind of contrast. You know, if you're thinking about flavors, think about colors. You want things that set each other off. You can do complementary colors, but I prefer contrast. And the same, I think, is for flavors. So what is a contrast to peanuts? I happen to be looking at a bottle of Luxardo Cherry, which is sort of like Luxardo's version of Cherry Hearing. And I'm wondering if that is not an insane way to go. Think about like what's in a candy bar, right? Like chocolate, nougat, peanuts. Let's try it out. What the hell? So we know it's got Campari and half, and we know that that tastes like peanuts. So we want to proof it up. So let's start with 1.5 ounces of bourbon because I think we can probably sneak it into this drink to kick up the proof without it fighting the drink, because we're already working with peanuts. Let's do Campari. I don't think I want too much of that. 3/4 of an ounce. Let's say 3/4 of an ounce of our half and half, because they were about half equal parts in our previous build. I said Tempus Fugit, creme de cacao, peanuts and chocolate, yes. Let's try, oh, I don't know, half an ounce. And half an ounce of this Luxardo cherry that at first kind of was my inspiration point for taking this drink to some other level. I'm gonna shake this up. Ice cubes. I'm gonna pour that into our beautiful glass from Whiskey. And let's see how this is. Geez, it needs a name. It's got bourbon, Campari, half and half, and chocolate. A Campari Cordial. So it's still very peanutty. Does have a cordial vibe because of the cherry. I think maybe I threw too much bourbon in there. It's got a little too much heat on it. It's got some fire, some heat. It's a drinkable drink. It's got a creamy, milky kind of flavor and texture in there that's you don't expect in a cocktail, but you know, it's all right, it's good. It has this bitter vibe that runs straight through it, the entire length of the drink. I wouldn't mind if that came in a bit later, but I also don't hate it at all. I think you could workshop this into something. I would love it if you would do that for me. Strong peanuts, chocolate is there. It is there. It's only there when you think about it. The cherry is definitely there, and the bitterness is there. It's a fairly sweet drink. It's kind of a desserty drink. Don't really hate that. Let's just see what happens when we add a little Amaro de Angostura, which is an Amaro I happen to really like. It is very Christmassy. We're gonna throw in a half an ounce, or just shy of a half an ounce. I know I have a reputation for throwing Angostura bitters in everything, but it's actually necessary. Amaro de Angostura is like a thing I throw in when I'm like, I don't know how to fix this. Oh my God, that adds so much to it. And now it's very good. Smooth, creamy flavors, texture, I should say. And just these really wonderful allspice, cinnamon notes that really wake up the chocolate quite a bit. These Christmas spices that has an undercurrent of bitterness that descends into bitterness at the end, which is like a palate cleanser that gets you ready for the next sip, or if you were having this with some hors d'oeuvres, the next, you know, nibble of crackers and cheese or something like that. The presentation leaves a lot to be desired, but you know, it could probably be improved. I've had much worse drinks. There's an evolution here. Is it for everybody? No drink is for everybody, but it's pretty darn good. All right, 5 drinks from actual humans who actually ordered these. A couple of them had enough promise to turn into drinks. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you will tune in next week for another episode of How to Drink. Subscribe it, like it, hang out, watch more episodes. I've got a ton of them. Meredith and I even have a podcast over in the link in the comment below, and also up here in the corner. It's called Midnight Local. We talk movies. Hang out, hang out. Just watch the show. You're gonna love it. Thank you guys so much. See you next week on another episode of How to Drink. Every week. Good night. Good luck. I love you. You're beautiful. Except for the people who ordered a few of these. Some of these were real bad. Real bad.